Hello all, welcome back to Cubicle Talks with Avik. Have you ever faced a job rejection in spite you having the perfect resume, the perfect experience required for that job role? The interview was good and you could answer all the questions asked during the interview in a very confident manner, and you overall you are very confident that you will almost crack this job, but unfortunately you receive a rejection call or you get rejected by the recruiter. I'm going to disclose one of the top secret, yes guys, I'm going to disclose one of the top secret of the job rejection which no one will tell you, or you will get very few videos on this on YouTube. So stay tuned, subscribe to Cubicle Talks with Avik, and here it goes. The title I've given for today's video is the top secret which no one will tell you in terms of your job rejection. uh, I come across various profiles, and I myself have rejected many candidates because of this. So what is the reason? During the interviews you will be asked various questions about the process, the technical questions, your educational background, your anything and everything will be asked into interview. But the trickiest part is when the interviewer asks you about, asks probing questions to you. So what does this probing question tells? The probing question helps the interviewer to know their approach in terms of their emotional intelligence, their behavior towards their colleagues, their overall work style, how they are mentally placed, and all these things. So one of the questions that is very commonly asked during an interview is, have you faced any kind of negativity in your present role, or how was your manager? Yes, in simple words, how's your present role and present company, and how's your boss? First of all, don't get carried away in terms of emotionally. You have to be emotionally balanced when you are answering this sort of questions. See, in this video I will not tell you the exact answers to give, because it depends on the situation. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule that you have to only answer the way I draft any answers to in this particular video, but it depends on the situation. But I'm going to tell you that don't use any adjective. First of all, don't use toxic, don't use bad, all these words that my organization was really bad, my boss is really toxic. Don't ever use this. As soon as you use this, ho gaya, kaam khatam. You are rejected by the interviewer mentally. The interviewer will not tell you on the face that you should not say this, but no one, as an HR, I can tell this for sure that no interviewer likes the candidate. They speak anything bad about their present roles, present boss, present company, because they think that आज वो इसके ये कंपनी के बारे में बोल रहा है. They're speaking bad about their present company, and if I select him, that he will spread similar kind of negativity in his present role and in his or her present role, and ultimately the brand name will get spoiled. So never ever openly kind of speak bad about your present role, present manager, present organization, policies, and all these things. Yes, so what can you do if you ask this sort of questions? So if you are asked this question, first of all, as I told, don't use any words like toxic, bad, negative. Indirectly try to I would say don't I try to tell this to the interviewer that yes, I have obviously if you have already, I have faced this kind of situation and I know how to turn a negative situation into a positive one. And I always consider that sort of situation as a learning phase, in terms of how could I, do, much better in terms of avoiding that situation, or in avoiding that sort of behavior which comes from the organization or the manager. So I'll just give you an example. You can say that, yes, I've faced this kind of situation where, there was complete lack of transparency in terms of the manager not believing in terms of what the productivity has been given by by how was their productivity and all these things. Basically, you can say that, in terms of this, what I have done is that I have made a personal tracker in terms of jotting down all my productive hours in terms of, in a detailed manner, in terms of what I did from this time to this time, and made a tracker, and had presented to him on a daily basis, so that, I can avoid the situation of him being questioning me about my productivity. One of the example. So this is one of the thing which will help the interviewer to know that, get to know about you, that, yes, this guy is this candidate is a strong candidate, okay, and he really knows how to turn a negative, a negativity into a positive one, okay. That's one of the thing, and he can really come out of the mud, and he can fight for himself in terms of how to justify things if he is really right. So this kind of answers are very much important. Avoid being emotionally carried away. Don't say कि हाँ मैंने ये ऐसे कर दिया, ये ऐसे बोल दिया, मैंने भी ऐसे बोल दिया, I had a fight with my manager. No, never ever do that. Okay. Another example, I would say that, if the candidate, if the interviewer asks that, how do you handle a boss who's calling you after your working hours? That's a very probing question. This is a probing question again asked by a boss, that how do you handle your manager in terms of he or she calling you after working hours? Simply don't say that, I switch off my phone, I don't answer. This kind of answers will not help. You just can say, I'm just giving an example. You can say that, yes, previously I used to, get a call from my manager in terms of after working hours, but I made sure that, how do I avoid this, because I have other commitments, I have family commitments, I go to the gym or I drive. I really don't like to, I'm not in a situation to take that call unless and until it's a very urgent call. So I have already made an expectation with my boss that, before I sign off for the day, I go to him, approach him in terms of, you are done for the day, and do you need anything else from me? And maybe in going forward, you can set an expectation with the boss. I've set an expectation with my boss that, before I leave for the day, if anything is there, please let me know, so that I can, I can just complete it and go. And so, because I'm not in a situation to, take calls after working hours, because I drive, I travel in the metro and all these things. So you can tell all these things, okay. So avoid directly criticizing your organization, directly criticizing your boss, and this is a really important thing. And like me, many other managers are there who ask probing questions, and these sort of questions are asked to a little bit junior employees, I would say, senior associate, assistant managers, team leaders. From senior managers, this kind of questions are not asked, because those questions are more related to strategic management and other things, okay. So I think if you are really preparing for an interview, I would suggest to go through the common questions. You can take the help of ChatGPT in terms of the questions that can be asked in the interviews. You prepare yourself fully and crack the interview. And so hope you have liked today's content, and if you have liked, please give a thumbs up and comment below if you have already faced this kind of situation. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Till then, take care, bye bye, and happy working.